I left my family that I loved very much when I was really frustrated, and I went out onto the street. I was just bouncing around from place to place. I wouldn't stay in one place very long at all. I just couldn't find happiness. I couldn't find a place to be. I didn't know what to do, and I didn't know how to get myself help. I ran because my wife was really ill. She was being over-medicated by the doctor that she was tied into. And so I got hopeless, I gave up, I got frustrated, and I left. And I really loved my wife. I couldn't see her, and it looked like she was getting ready to die. Nobody could find me for 6 years. And that's a big void out of my life that there's no way to replace. I ended up in a really bad, dark place, and I was lonely. I used a lot of drugs and a lot of alcohol every day. I lived out in the forest by myself for many, many months. I went in and out of town. I would hang out with the other street people that were using a lot of drugs and trying to fill up their pain. I was lost. I was in a really dark, dark place.
He just vanished. He wouldn't answer his phone calls. He wouldn't return any kind of communication at all. We couldn't find him. We moved up here to Portland, and by the grace of God, I was taken to a doctor that my daughter had chosen. I remember waking up one day and asking God, where is my life? What has happened? What has happened to what I owned, what I did? Who am I? And where's my husband? But over time, we started going to a church that helped me a lot, and I started to be able to forgive him. My family helped me the most. Spent a lot of time with my grandson and granddaughter.
We would look for him, we would pray for him, we would try to contact anybody that we knew he was in contact with in Southern Oregon, but he was completely gone. I spent a lot of time pouring into the lives of my children, into my home, gardening, refinishing furniture, and working. We got a phone call, my mom got a phone call from a lady that said that she had found him, and my heart broke. And I was actually having lunch with a coworker, and I just started crying. And I was just overwhelmed. And I was overwhelmed by God's grace in His love for us and the fact that He had answered our prayers for my father to be found.
God never let them stop loving me. They were always looking for me. I never stopped loving them, but I didn't think they really wanted me back because I'd done so much harm to them, so much pain by leaving.
And it was through God's love and His grace and His mercy that I was able to forgive my dad, and that our relationship has been perfectly restored. Our relationship now is better than it was growing up or as a young adult, and I can only attribute that to God.
Family is just a lot about joy, and we love to participate, we love to laugh, we love to spend time together. There's a lot of just antics that go on in this household, and we wouldn't have it any other way.
Now that our family is back together, we really rely on God to keep restoring our relationships, to keep building our friendships, and just to keep us in a place of forgiveness and love, and of constantly remembering the importance of family and why God has put us together as a family.
Without God's love, He gave me His love that I didn't even deserve. And then my family just took me back without any qualms. God has a plan. He has so much love for you. He's never going to stop loving you. No matter what you've done, no matter what has happened to you, He cares for you so much that He will lay His life down for you. And that's how much He loved you. So don't run. Run to God instead.